Okay, guys, we are here. Yay, we made it. Give me 2 seconds to make sure that we are live on let's see, Facebook here. Can you guys see me? Let me know if you can see this. And I would love to know why you guys are waiting. I know you've been waiting a minute. Sorry about that. I'll let David explain. Tell us where you're from. I'd love to see where you guys are at today, how everything's going in your neck of the woods. We got Australia, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so hi, David. You're here.
Hey, finally.
You were
So
kind of
sorry.
busy. You were kind of busy. You want to explain why people are popping on? You were on the phone with Juan.
Yep. I talked to Juan extensively for about a good, about almost 2 hours on recording and off recording. It's a very delicate situation right now and where we're at. and what the best way I could put it is, I know a lot of people are upset with my McInerney interview, but it was a very interesting and informative interview from McInerney. Just from how I perceive this and how I believe this to be, there's a firewall of information that's allowed inside the firewall, information that's outside the firewall. The information inside the firewall it's like this. It's like how Juan explained it to me is basically the people in the know right now. I guess there's some debate or infighting on what's going on, how much of the military is, I guess you could say, compromised or not with it, and the other part of the military which is with it. I guess, but there's some things happening right now that cards are being shown. Everyone's showing their cards right now. And we are going into a near-death experience in our country. And for some people, they just can't take it, and they will be a death experience for a lot of people. Like, they're not going to be able to handle what's coming. What's coming is going to be, you could look at it as you're either tough enough to get through this or you're not, basically. And if you're not, well, then goodbye. This is a death experience for you. But we are getting ready. This ship is going through some choppy waters, the way I see it. And the question is, are we going to be pulled out of this? I believe so. I believe so after talking to Juan and the multiple people that I talked to. I think we are going to, but it's going to be a bitch. And they're not done. I mean, they're going for our guns. They're going for they're invading our border right now. I mean, the border crisis here in El Paso is off the charts. They're not stopping it. They're not putting a plug in it. Nothing. It's just pouring in. It's bad. Our country's in jeopardy. How much further of this do we have to go? There's only a select few people that would know that. I'm not privy to that information. The only information I'm privy to is the people that I interview and I get and I talk to, and the things I can research and put together in my own mind, which is, I personally believe in my faith, we're going to pull out of this from the people that I talk to and my senses. I feel like it's going to come and we're going to pull out of this, and but it's going to get pretty damn scary for a lot of people.
So when you say someone's asking spiritual death or physical death, you're talking about real death, and I understand that. I just want to make sure people understand.
Death as a country, like America no more. Like, we all go into communism. Some people won't take it. Some people have fucking heart attacks. Some people aren't going to be able to deal with this. You know, they're going to go broke. They're not going to know how to rebound. They're going to be desperate. They're going to go into camps. I don't know what level this is going to get to. I don't know. Nobody knows that. Juan doesn't know. This is a guessing game, but the best way I can figure it out, I know what the new world has in store for us. That's camps, communism. Anybody who's a patriot's looked at as a bigot, as a terrorist. They're flipping the switch on that. So they're going to go after our rights, vaccinations. I mean, total control. Now, how far along do we get into that control? How far along are we going to go down this road? That's anyone's best guess until it gets turned around. It might get turned around in a couple of weeks, couple months. Shit. I hope not a couple of years, because I think that's too late. So The question is, how far are we going to go down this? And be ready, from what I understand, that this could be a death experience. So I wish I could be more, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. I have faith that we're going to turn this around. I do. But a lot of people, man, they're not built for this. They're not going to be built for this, for what's coming.
Yeah, I saw when you had the general on, and I didn't actually see that video, but I saw your response, and I saw your video before that where you were so excited about having him, and so it was
bipolar.
It was like, oh, this was gonna be great, and then it was like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I was like, this sucks. When I was doing the interview with him, I was just like, dude, give me a shot of heroin. I was just like, damn, I didn't even want to. I was just like, phew.
Well, I had Robert Steele on the day after, or that night that you had on the general, and I didn't see the actual video, but I saw your follow up about how, shocking and traumatizing and disturbing.
Well, it was a lot of sobering information, because it was like, hey, dude, there is no plan. I don't believe there's one. The vaccines are bad, and they're on their way. And it's just like that's what I took away from it. There was no, we're going to turn this around. He's saying, yeah, we could, but it takes patriots to do it. He's basically saying the people have to do it, which really, that's the truth. The people have to take power into their own hands. We can't just sit back and be like, oh boy, when's Trump going to do something about this and eat our potato chips and just, no, that's not how this is going to work. There has to be a empowerment behind the people to get behind this, because otherwise, I mean, if people are just happy with just sitting back watching Fox News, CNN, and just getting flushed down the toilet, then that's it. And I think that's how I took McInerney's interview, was that we all have to play a part, every single one of us, whether it's making videos, whether it's getting out to your, demanding answers from your politicians or your local politicians, making your voice heard. And people are not doing that. That's what scares me. And plus, I think they need enough pushback. I think they need enough of us to ignite the flame, and then it goes.
Yeah, and that's the issue, isn't it? Because, like, they said 2 weeks a year ago. And why aren't people pissed off and standing up and and I never wore the mask. I know you didn't either, and I know lots of people who haven't. But I've talked on a couple shows now about people that I really thought were smart and had a medical background. And like, I went to this clinic to see some friends, a place where I was actually supposed to work. And when I walked in, the lady had on a double mask, a shield, gloves on. She handed
disgusting.
Me with tongs.
I don't even I look at these people like
what world are we in?
They're subhuman. I don't even look at them. I look at them like with an IQ of like 50, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it the way it is. It's disgusting. It's mind control. It's paranoia. It's the friggin' flu, man. If you get it, you'll get over it in about 3 or 4 days. Bottom line, I think I probably had it 2 or 3 times. I won't get tested because I don't believe in the test either. I'm not going to be a statistic. I'm not going to go put my name in that database. I don't get tested. I'm not going to get the vaccine either. They can shove it up their ass, dude. I'm not doing this. This is the utter insanity. This is control. And if you're that scared of air, stay the fuck home. Stay home. Don't go anywhere. You're not allowed to go out and tell me what to do with my life and my nasal passages, my air that I'm breathing, that God gave me. God gave me air, sunshine, whatever I want to do, exercise, I can go do that. I'm not going to live in fucking paranoia like all you freaks. I'm not going to do it. Not going to happen.
It's like a Twilight Zone. I feel like we're when we were in Vegas, you saw they had police in these restaurants, and they were like, please put on your mask in between your bites.
Kick rocks. They can kick. They're not going to tell me to do shit. Not going to happen.
Well, when you're talking about people standing up and having to rely on the people, what scares me is seeing people like that. And then this is a person who has, a medical background, who would be able to look at the science and make common sense out of it.
That doesn't mean they're any wait, hold on. That doesn't mean they're any smarter than you. They just went to school longer and memorized shit longer. Memorize stuff that was given to them to memorize, and then regurgitated it.
I understand. I went to med school. And so I'm understanding that. I get, but how can two people who went through similar classes, come out and like one person get it, one person not? Like 1 + 1 still equals 2, and that's the part where it's like, okay, there's people like you and I do believe
taught to trust the textbooks. They're taught to trust the science, which is artificial science, which is bullshit. Fauci and all them, they're globalists. They're not looking out for you.
Well, I believe, I understand. I really actually do believe that there's more of us than them, and they're trying to portray themselves as these big and plus they have media and everything else to just pump into everybody's house, and all the things that celebrities and sports and everything.
I said, remember, like last year, I said this. I said the celebrities are going to get on right when this COVID shit hit. I already knew the agenda. Here comes the vaccine. They had the vaccination before they had the COVID. People, trust me when I tell you this. There was no fucking warp. I'm sorry, I'm cussing so much, but this coffee is really strong. There was no warp speed. That. No, they had the problem, reaction, solution. They had the solution. They create the problem, get the desired reaction, and they give you the vaccine. That they've been wanting to give you this. They've been jonesing to give you this vaccine for probably decades. And they needed the right scenario. How are they going to pull this off? When are they going to do it? They did it right at election time for Trump. And they have to push forward this globalist New World Order. This is real. This is not conspiracy. Get that out of your head now. The globalist New World Order, the agenda, which is everyone controlled and vaccinated, depopulation, all that shit is real. And I know people get mad at me. Well, he cusses too much. We're in a dire situation. There is no like, let me just be politically correct in everything I say. No, I'm being serious. We are in a situation now where it's life and death. There is no future right now. We are in a fork in the road, and it's either this way or that way. And I promise you, if we go that way, we're done. And it's taking this complacent, sedentary, this stagnant mindset that everyone has, that's going to take us to the wrong direction. You either wake up and you get out and you create your own channels, you get on it. If more of us do this, we can win. It's it. I mean, and here's another thing you could do. Here's another way you can be proactive. Get groups of people, get flash mobs together, 5, 6, 10 people. Go into stores. My buddy Chris told me this. Go into stores without your mask. You with 5, 10 other people. Create groups. Go into stores with that group of people. What are they going to tell you all something? Spread out. What are they going to do? They're going to get so bewildered and confused, they're not going to know what to do. Make a stand or we're going to lose this country. Bottom line. We're done. It's a wrap, folks. We're being invaded in the border. This is all part of it. The invasion in the border, open borders. They want to get rid of borders so there is no country anymore. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. They want to take the middle class out. They want to wipe us out. Do you know who's coming here from across the border? Bad dudes, man. I'm telling you, I'm on the border. I was driving in my neighborhood right now. I know they were illegals. There's like 6 or 7 of them just aimlessly walking around. They're already all over the place, not even knowing where to go. Where do these people want to go? They don't know where to go. And let me tell you, they're about 18 to 22 years old. Gang member looking dudes, man. You know what I mean? I'm seeing this stuff. We're done. It's a wrap unless people just understand the power that they have within themselves is very powerful. Every person's very powerful. Get out and do something. Get out and make, I'm not no violence. Okay. I'm not stating, go get violent, go over none of that. I'm not saying that, but make your voice heard. Peace. You can do this. We're still at a level where we can do this peacefully. Once again, people will take snidbits out of this. No violence. No violence. Okay. I'm against that. So they got to state that correctly. But you can do this by creating your own channels, making your voice heard. Your politicians, your politicians can hear you. You can go to stores that, it's a mandate. This isn't a law. This is not a law. So it's up to you how much you want to give the government. That's the way I see it.
Well, and we know that when to even patent a virus is against the law. It's illegal. But it was patented, and it was patented the exact same time that the resolution or solution was patented as well. And so either they illegally patent a virus or there's something in there that isn't natural, which we all know. And so either people will be dying, which they are already, or in the next few months, there's going to be even more deaths that are, coincidental, which is interesting because if someone has diabetes or cancer or anything else and then they die, but we're in the COVID thing, it's marked COVID. But if it's about the shot, then it's coincidental, right? So it's like, but anyway.
The protocol for COVID is neglect.
Or there's going to be an AI situation because this operating system, if they get all four of the boosters, I mean,
there's four of them?
There's 4 boosters, and each of them have a different protein. And if you get all 4 proteins with the basic starter, then once they turn the 5G on, you're talking about zombie apocalypse. And it's on the CDC. I'll show you the link.
The zombie apocalypse, right?
Because they know it's coming. They know that they're going to be able to turn on people to go eat people.
What do they do? Start foaming in the mouth? I mean, let's do it. Let's do it. I'll play that video game.
I'm wondering how many people are already taken over because, like I was telling you, this person or other people that I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. You can't even talk to these people. Like, have they already been compromised by whatever things they've had in their bodies already?
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that, Doctor? Like, they're going to be able to control you through the 5G.
They're already doing it.
It's insanity. This is like, well, this is really all about the depopulation agenda. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, how quick that's going to cause mass. Oh my gosh. And I think they're coming on 100 million people vaccinated.
Well,
McInerney said that my interview I did with him that 100 million people. We're approaching 100 million that want to have a Krispy Kreme donut every day for a year. Forget obesity, forget diabetes, forget a heart attack, forget being a slob. That you're just gonna just take that and the vaccine, because you want your donuts. I mean, you got to have your donuts. We're Americans. Got to have a donut every day. Forget working out, sunshine, air, none of that stuff. Go get your donut, sit at home, close yourself off to the world, and take your good vaccination like a good little person, a good little obeying citizen. Yeah. Sorry, man. I'm amped up today.
Well, obviously, we're not going to be able to keep this one on YouTube, but I'll put it on BitChute. And people will have to watch it while they watch it. But I'm glad that we talked because I know the general had his view. And when I talked to Robert was like, I still have hope. I think we can turn this around. He was a little bit more upbeat and I guess encouraging. But the truth is,
I'm not saying we can't, but the people that I talk to are saying, no, dude, this is serious. I'm just afraid if you tell people we're going to turn this around, it's going to be okay. They won't do shit. No one's going to do anything if you tell them that. And I believe there's good guys working hard to do something, but they need everyone's help.
And you're right. People haven't obviously been doing shit for all year. Otherwise, why would we still be here over a year later in the same situation when they told us 2 weeks and everyone's like, it's only 2 weeks and then it was a month. It's only a month. I mean, how long do you go before anyone's like?
No, but look what they're doing. You can go now. They're like enforcing the vaccination and the NBA games to where they have a vaccination section now. They're already starting to I just read that. I'm like, geez, they're already doing it. You can't fly certain places without a vaccination. This is going to get so out of hand. It's like, it's up to us to take our power back, folks. We either let them do this because then it's our permission if we let them do this. They only have the power that we give them. That's it. They can't do this without our consent.
Well, so people are upset by what you're saying. People are saying, don't you believe that this is a movie? Don't fall into fear.
No.
see, I was talking to Ann Vandersteel and Mel K just last week, and they were like, you know, this movie, blah, blah. I'm like, this is the worst effing movie I've ever seen. Please, I want them. I'm not going to sit back and watch popcorn.
Okay, hold on. So they're saying that somehow they're diving into a conspiracy that this is a movie that somehow time travel is possible, which I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but we have to go with that theory that this has already happened. It's a movie. We're in control. There's, you know, the time travel. They already went back in time. They told us everything that's going to happen right now. They know the finished result. You got to believe that first. I believe that there are patriots in fighting this that are working for our best interest against a largely bigger population of people who are working against our best interest. It's a small nugget of good people against a huge nugget of very bad deep state people. And I think that we're fighting our hardest, and they plan to turn the boat around, right? They're trying to, but they need us as well. They need the public. They need Americans to be on board and not just sit back and go, hey, this is a great movie. Oh, I can't wait. This is all part of it. I don't believe that shit no more. I don't fucking believe it. You have to get busy. You have to get out, boots on the ground, make your voices heard, non-violent. I have to keep saying that. Non-violent. No violence. No violence. But make your voices heard. Create videos. Do some spark interest. Because this is in the hands of a select few that we don't know. There's probably 10, 15 people, let's just say, that really know what's going on and can make the decisions. Okay? Now everyone asks me what I think about the QAnon movement. I think it's extremely interesting. I'm thinking, could they be dealing with technology like Project Looking Glass, some kind of dimensional or time travel thing where they know what's going to happen? Sure. But you have to subscribe to a theory first. It's a theory, and then you go, and then you can go with all the other stuff. But you have to subscribe to that theory first. And if you do, well, God bless you. That's all on you. Me, I have not seen a time machine land in my backyard. I've not gone into a time machine. I don't know how that works. I've heard about Project Looking Glass and all this, but I do know one thing: action. It takes patriots to stand up, and it just starts happening. Light bulbs start turning on. One person ignites this. One person ignites that, or like a forest fire, let's say. You light a match, it starts off as a brush fire, then it spreads a little more, then it turns into a forest fire. So ignite your friends. Get them thinking outside the box. Don't just sit back and say, oh, it's a great movie. This is awesome. I don't believe in that. I think we all have to work together and come together and not just say, when's Trump going to save the day, that asshole? Like, what's he doing, man? That's lazy thinking. That's complacent. It's like me going into a fight, to the boxing ring, and being like, can you train for me? Can you fight for me? Do you have the killer instinct for me? What about when you get hurt and your jaw's broken? Can you still fight for me? That's all in here, man. That's all in here. And every single one of us have a duty as Americans to protect this country. So that's just the biggest thing I can say. There's anything I want to get across is, do I think there's patriots that are working hard for this country? Absolutely, I do. Do they look at turning this ship around? Absolutely. Now, do I believe in all the other stuff? I have no evidence for that. I can't say that. For me to subscribe to that theory means time travel and all that other stuff, which I can't validate. Am I making sense?
They do use Looking Glass. The problem is it's an image war.
How do you know they use Looking Glass? Have you seen it?
I can show you videos where the guy who created it, Kerry Cassidy. This is like.
Yeah, but who's this guy? What's his credentials?
He's an engineer. I'll send you. He tells you everything that he is, and this is back from like 2000. I mean, they've been doing this stuff since the 70s.
And here's another thing. I'm not against the Q movement, nothing like that. I think they're amazing patriots.
No, this has nothing to do with Q. Q is a whole different other animal, and it was infiltrated, and so might started out good, but something happened. Just like I think this movement. I think this actually could have went a different way already.
They're trying actively to infiltrate us.
But the problem, I think, is that people, and this is just me, I think that they thought that more people would have woke up by now and been like, what the heck? And no one is doing anything. Everyone's just like, sitting back and waiting, like you said.
I look at it realistically. I look at it like this. Are there good people working behind the scenes to turn this ship around? Yes, absolutely. But we all got to do our part. We can't just sit back and be like, great movie. It's absurd to think that way.
I'll send you the link of the looking glass situation. And the thing is, though, it changes. It changes with each and next step. It's like any war or any situation. It's like there are probabilities out there, but it depends on what everyone's going to do.
So that's like going to a psychic and her giving you your future, and then you going back to her and go, hey, I want my money back. The future didn't come true. Oh, that's because there's different timelines. That's probably looking at a different timeline.
It's conditional.
That's a safety clause. That's a safety clause. That's a way to this.
It's because free will is involved. Free will, the people. You can't.
Okay, so it doesn't matter what Looking Glass says then, because we all have different choices.
You can't.
It doesn't matter what it says. It says here's an option out of the billions, and then you say, "Well, that didn't happen." Well, hold on. There's billions of options here. Let me pick another one.
There is because every person has a probability.
So it's null and void. So it's null and void because there's billions of options, trillions.
Just like Pence turning on the 6th, or the fact that the Supreme Court didn't look at the investigation for the election. All of those things, any one of those things could have turned around everything. But guess what? It's all corrupt. So,
yes, I know.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that changes things. That, we could have thought that we had it and this is in the bag and it's all going to
I just don't want to give people false hope. I'm sick of I don't want to fucking pump everybody up with hopium. I think we're at a point now where it's going to take all of us. And let's just say the safety is okay. I believe there's good guys doing big things behind the scenes. Absolutely. I'm not saying I'm not discrediting that at all. I'm just saying if you want this to speed up a little more, everyone take the power they have within themselves, not David Rodriguez, not Dr. Sharnael, not 107. You go home, you eat your potato chips and watch us on the internet. No. You go outside, do what you got to do. Say no to masks, be a patriot. Get your freedoms back. Think about what you could do at a very small level that'll cause a ripple effect. All I'm saying is realize your personal power. Everyone has it.
Well, and there's people literally on here, they're saying we already won and God wins. If you think about even the Bible, which they did say it will be biblical, but even in the Bible, in Revelations, people were getting killed. There was a mark of a beast. I think the mark could be the chip that they're putting in this stuff. I mean, this is serious. It's like, you don't think people died and lost their lives? In the end, there was a shift, but how many people have to die before there's a shift?
You don't think people have to die, as I said?
I said, how many people have to die?
How many? Oh, yeah.
Well, people actually wake up and go, this is enough. I mean, do they have to?
Until they feel the proper depopulation is achieved. That this is all in it. This is real, man. This is not a conspiracy. I rather wear a tinfoil hat than a mask.
People are saying, stop being negative. I was so upbeat until I came. This is depressing.
It's not depressing. I'm just telling people to get to get motivated to do things, realize their own personal power. That's all I'm saying. What do you want me to say? Okay, I'll sell hopium. Okay, you guys kick back, relax, enjoy the movie. It's all good. It's all good. Smoke a joint, relax. It's going to be amazing. No, I've interviewed quite a few people, and I've gotten mixed interviews, mixed different kind of information coming at me. And I'll say this. Once again, let me put it in plain English. Yes, I believe good guys are doing big things. Like 107 always says, big doors swing on small hinges. I believe there are good things happening behind the scenes, yes, but I'm trying to give people their personal power to do things themselves. People need to get proactive. How are they taking that out of context, Dr. Sharnael? I don't understand. Get proactive. Everybody needs to get proactive. Understand your rights. Read the Constitution. They're not stopping here. They're going for our guns. How much further do they have to go before it's done? It's a wrap. And then we're sitting here going, enjoy the movie when it's gone.
Well,
hey man, you could say whatever you want to me.
I'm gonna have a girl on this week, and she actually has a folder that she carries with her. She's got all these all the legal stuff of everything. So when she goes into a store, she's in California. She was actually in Vegas. Her name's Emily, but she has this folder, and anytime someone tells her anything about you can't come in here, whatever, she goes through and explains. And then if they still have an issue, there's a form in there to file a claim for discrimination. And she's like, okay, if this is how it's going to be, then, I need your name, your address, whatever. And she gets out the form, and she's done this at all the big department stores and everything. And she said that she's only had to get to the point of getting to the form, like probably a dozen times, but not a single time when she got to the form part and said, now what's your name? And when they're like, what are you filling out? I'm filing a discrimination action against you, and I will file this, and it tells you where to mail it and everything else. They back off completely, and they're like, no, we're good.
Yep.
You go ahead and
they get scared. She's punching the bully in the nose right there. And
I'm going to
that's
have
what I'm talking about, Doctor. That's all I'm talking about right there, what you just said. That's all people have to do. Take power into themselves.
Every single person did that.
Right.
Including businesses. If businesses said, I'm a public place and I won't be sued for discrimination, I have to follow the rules. It's not a law, it's a mandate. Those are two different things. If everyone just one day said, I want to
be able to get that form. I want to be able to get that folder with all that. That's awesome.
I'll send you the video. She made me a little video of it, and I'll send you the forms. I'll put all the links up here for people to make their own little folders. And no one messes with you. I was with you in Vegas, and you're like a tower. So not a single person when I was with you said, where's your mask? But for other people who are 5'5" and normal, the form could come in handy. So I'm just saying that's one thing. And then Scott Bennett, he has forms that he's basically got a PDF that you can fill out, and you can bring it to all of your politicians locally and say, guess what? The election was a fraud. This is all the proof. And now you are liable if you don't do something about it and you'll be part of the treason. And
there has to be a website made where people can get this information and download all the paperwork they need for each thing. So to be able to deliver this to their politicians, they need to go to a website, see what I'm saying, and a link there so they can click on that link and download the information, download the paperwork they need to be able to deliver that to their politicians. That's the first step right there. It's got to be friendly, got to be user friendly. People have to be able to go into a website, download that, print it out, and take it to their politicians and say, here, whatever, you've been served, whatever it is. And enough people do this, we'll start seeing some change.
I agree.
That's what I'm talking about. We all have power. All of us are extremely powerful. That's the whole thing here is they're trying to dim our power. They don't want us to realize our power. One person can light up this planet. It's like, I don't think you understand the power that each and every one of us possess, even if you're 500 pounds laying on your bed. You have power. You can put that telephone in front of your face and reach the world.
Yep, I agree. Well, I appreciate your honesty and for your time today and just your input. And I agree. It's time for, I've been saying this from the beginning, and I know you have too. It's just, we can't just pray. Although praying is good, there has to be action. There has to be taking back authority. We have to be God in action. God is in all of ourselves.
I'll be honest, praying, it's very powerful. I believe in connecting to your source. I'm a huge believer in God, but also God wants you to do for yourself. It's like you take the first step and God will take you the rest of the way. And that's happened in my life. My life is a miracle right now with the sobriety and everything that's happening in my life. God has worked miracles in my life. So I do believe in prayer. I believe in prayer, but I also believe in action. You can put those two together, you're unstoppable. So I hope all I'm trying to say to these people out here and all your audience is I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, and I'm sorry if I am. I just want people to realize their personal power And can you guys relax? These guys are, hey, come here. So it's like, we just realize your personal power and don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to stand your ground. You can't have a victim mentality. You can't be bullied. Take your power back is all I'm saying. Take your fucking power back. We're all very powerful. It's within us, all of us. It's a God-given right. So that's all I wanted to say, Doctor. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Well, you have an awesome day. I will send you those links that I talked about, and I will post them here too. And we will talk soon. All right.
All right, Dr. Sharnael. Have a beautiful day.
You too. You guys go to swiftfire.org, please, and get on the newsletter. You guys can get on that newsletter. That way, if we do move this, which we probably won't keep it on YouTube because of what was said, then you guys can jump on and see where we're going to put it. Probably BitChute. But do what he's saying. Get out there and fight and know your rights. Know what you can do to help. And open your mouth, talk, speak. And, this is what we can do. It's in our court now. And I love you guys so much. I will have tonight at 5 o'clock, we have Carrie Cassidy, Jen Eason, Laura Eisenhower on at 5 Central. And then tomorrow I have Mel K and Ann Vanderstill, which is going to be awesome too. I have several videos coming up, several interviews coming up in the next few weeks. So please go to swiftfire.org, go to Telegram, and that way you will know what's coming up and what time. And again, sorry for the delay today, but you guys have a great night or great day. Talk soon. Bye.